Hello, this is Olivier Nomblot. My name is Olivier Nomblot, and most people call me Olivier. Okay, I'm going to start right and jump right into the subject. We're talking about the black box. The black box, the system I invented. I've been trading for 30 years. I worked at major banks. You can all see my CV on. I worked at Credit Suisse and I worked at Deutsche Bank, where I was director. I decided to become a lone wolf trader in 2001, and I've been trading for myself since then. So that's quite a long time to be trading. Okay, probably a record. So this is my main system. This is what I use, and it all starts with a very simple way of looking at things. Basically, everybody knows the 20 moving average, okay? I'm not saying that's what I'm going to use, but I'm saying, this is how you break down my system. As Einstein always said, most complex problems can be broken down into very simple components, and in fact, that's how you solve it. So my program starts with simple components. Okay, the simple component here is the 20-day moving average, which I've put up, which everybody knows, and I can tell you a few things. A beginner can start trading straight away with the 20-day, just the 20-day moving average. When you're above it, you should be long, and when you're below it, you should be short. And what's amazing about this or any other moving average is that the slope, the change in the slope is called the delta, but the slope is your trend. So what do we have here? We have a fairly, significant downwards trend with a bit of a hiccup here, okay, which was picked up, as you can see, by my robot. We did a trade here, and we sold here. So this is the first part. This is what this indicator is. But this indicator, okay, how do you know it should be 20? And how do you know that? Why should it be? Why can't it be 60? Why should it be 200? Some people use 100. Which one are you going to use? And that's where my program comes into being. It calculates the most optimal MA you need. Now what I can do here is add the second part of my program. Now you can see now that I've added bands, okay? Now on my program here, the black box, which is my first program, it's on sale still. I'm still in love with this program. It's beautiful. It's fixed optimizations, okay? It's not self-opt like the most sophisticated ones, and you can be very good here and put in your Bollinger 20 and 20. What happened to 20? 20, etc. and 2. And I've worked out the ATR as 88 and 8, which is a stop, which I'm telling you now. I shouldn't give away too many secrets, but that's a stop. So what happens here, this is a representation. Let's say you're using this fixed, and this, by the way, can be optimized. It takes 3 days, but you optimize it yourself, okay? But you can get more optimal values here and find, that it's 23 and 6, etc., etc. But we're staying on the 20 and the 2 here. 20 and the 2. So what's going to happen? So we have our moving average, which could be 21, 23, etc. We take a standard deviation here. Okay, a standard deviation here. The standard deviation is also optimized by the program. It needs to be optimized. So what do? What does the program want to do? You want to basically sell. This is what makes my program different from anything else. You want to sell when you're doing something in this zone here. Now, there are many ways that you need to be careful, because you could be walking up the band. You could be doing some walking down the band like here. There are various things you can do. So there's about 5 ways to enter. That's why saying touch and go on Bollinger and all that, oh yeah, I'm going to copy all the... Well, that's just not the way it works. I'm sorry. It's just a lot more sophisticated than that. Because there's a secret to the way we buy here. Why did it buy here all of a sudden? And why did it sell here? Why? If somebody could work it out, good. Well, you need to know my program. And you can also have the choice of coming out at the MA as it did here. Okay, so this trade, probably another trade that was done and came out at the 20 MA. You could also say, I think I'm going to go and hit the bottom and leave the 20 MA. So that's in my original black box, which you can buy very cheaply. Okay, $300. And it's a wonderful program. And I will tell you right now, anybody who's calling me a scammer, you put that on 20 and 2 classical Bollinger and 88 and 8, okay, ATR, and you put that on 1 hour Euro, you can make money. You'll have an edge. You will have an edge. It will, most of the time, up to 80% win. Okay? So hey, there's already your first thing. So now we're getting into much more interesting things. This is my current set out. Okay, it's called the Black Box Scalper, Black Box BBSO Genuity Scalper. And look, I've made this so minimalistic, and this will cover what I've just talked about. Is called main black box module, and that's my theory. That 75% of the time you'll want to be trading between these bands, which I've just explained. But I also have a trend module. And I also have a breakout module and a volatility module. This will cover every aspect of the market. And look how simple the interface is. Look how simple. Why do they make it so complicated? My comment section is like a war zone from Sarajevo. It's just incredible what you can see there. I mean, me being a professional, 7 years of university, I just didn't know what to do in the beginning. So some of my answers are I took it very personally. But they attacked me, and they will come back again as soon as I peek my nose back up, because they don't want me there. I don't know. It doesn't happen to any other robot. It just happens to mine, because it actually works over the long term. And they all fall into it. Some really genuine people are genuinely hurt. Well, okay, you can have a couple of months down, but if you want to judge your trading on a few months, that's your problem. And your investment horizon, I'm sorry to say, is very limited, and it's not a bright thing to do. If something doesn't work for a couple of months, any system, you stick to the system. Even a mediocre system will work, okay? Because, let's say you flip a coin 100 times, what do you think the result's going to be? I can tell you it's going to be 50-50, okay? But you need to actually go out and prove that to yourself. Okay, flip the coin 100 times just to prove it to yourself. Okay, but it still be 50. Okay, so any system, but what we forget to tell people that, let's say you don't flip that coin 100 times. Let's say you flip it 5 times. Say, I don't want to flip it anymore because it's not working. Or you flip it 100, you flip it 50 times. You say, well, that's what the last review, that's exactly what this last review is about. He's saying, well, I tried it for 3 months, and it's done. Well, look, it's down. Olivier, scam, get lost. And, they're all mad, and boom, okay. Well, that's so ridiculous. Such a stupid, absurd way of doing things. Sorry. I mean, what... That's what I'm saying. So you're flipping. You're saying you want to get a 50% on flipping a coin, okay? But I'm only going to flip it 10, 20 times. You're not going to get. You could get 100% wrong 20 times. You got to take every trade, and that means sticking with the system and sticking a long time with the system if you want this to work. And it does work over time because I've been using it since 2001. Manually, and then okay, I've gone over. This is the okay. You can see now with the BBSO, you have a complex filter here, okay, which is based on ATR movement and delta of volatility, etc. Because what happens is when we get down, as I said before, if down here it would have broken and done what it needs to do down here, and this would have been still a downward trend, it wouldn't have taken the trade. This is a good, very good. It doesn't catch everyone, okay, but this is a very good filter to have and it's built in and it's automatic. And you can see here the optimization has been 50 and 3. It's not this 20 and 2 that we saw before. And it also has the possibility of you putting max orders 3, for instance. Now that's creating a basket. We're not talking about martingale. We're talking about basket trading. Look it up, basket trading. So that, and you need optimized steps, okay? So we've optimized steps. This optimizes everything. It optimizes, well, you can't see the medium average here. So this could be a 23, 24, 25, okay? It optimizes the top band, the bottom band, the deviation between the band. It optimizes the way it comes in and out, and there's a filter, built-in filter to protect you. Also, there's an equity protection system. So basically, if you have a $10,000 account and you don't want to go below 8,000, use the equity protection. Don't come to me and say I've lost below 8,000. Use the equity protection. If it's going in a bad streak, okay, you can use the equity protection. It's there. There's also built-in which is quite good, 0.01 lots per 1,000. Okay, so it's all there. So, but let's talk quickly about the other modules because they're extremely interesting. Okay, this is module number 2, and module number 2 is based on trend, and it should be on Euro right now. Okay, it should be on Euro, and I also have a Renko BBSO if you want to see this, because this is based on this is an offline chart built on a 1-minute chart, and you need a package to visualize it. But it's built in my EA. You just seen true false. Okay, it's built in my EA. So you're not going to need basically this to be seen. But this is what happens. Basically, it's doing the Renko. You see, these are Renko boxes, and Renko has the particularity of not being time dependent. There's no time axis. So a box here is determined. I use 10 pip size boxes, but I also have a way of doing auto sizing, which I can provide for you. But these are 10 pip boxes, and the classical way of doing things is basically buy after 1, 2, 3 box, and there's a great trade, and you come out when you wouldn't have come out yet. It would still be long. It would come out here. So that would be a pretty good trend trade because it needs 3 boxes down to come out. You understand? These points are just different points that you can use. I use basically I'm not going to reveal this one. This is my own secret. So I'm talking too much. Let's go back to the. So we're back to the. So we've talked about trend module, so you have the idea. So right now I'm saying, unfortunately, there's no artificial intelligence to tell you when if you put all 4 modules on, okay, and use the default, you will lose money for sure, because it doesn't take Einstein to realize that markets range or trend or do breakouts or are volatile at different times of the day. So you have to do a little bit of follow Olivier kind of thing. I pilot this EA for some hedge funds right here from my screen because I know how to use, for instance, the volatility module, which I will talk about right now because I can't really graphically present it. This one, when you put it on, it will go and basically catch waves. It sits when a wave takes off. It'll take when volatility spikes. It'll take the volatility spike. It worked very well this Friday when there was a huge spike. It took the trades. So this is what it does, and it will select 3 or 4 time frames to do it in. Okay, so that's the volatility module. The breakout module is my pet peeve. It's based on the Bollinger squeeze, where the Keltner band goes inside the Bollinger band, and the Bollinger band goes inside the Keltner band, and you get an area of very low volatility, then a breakout. and this will do a breakout. It's equivalent to what